Four and 3 with 3 knockouts from Rincon, Puerto Rico, now fighting under former heavyweight champion John Ruiz. Has a gym in Massachusetts where Garcia now trains. In Garcia's 7 fights, only 2 of them have been in the United States, 1 in New York, 1 in Miami. And he lost his last fight back in 2010, a unanimous decision to 5-2 Reggie Pena. His opponent, Joey Gardner, been fighting in New England forever and recently made a comeback, and he's been fighting consistently ever since, hailing out of Woonsocket, Rhode Island. He's 8-4-1 with 1 knockout, 36 years old. He lost 3 fights in a row, and then back in March with a unanimous decision over 0-2 Ramil Shelton. His losses, however, were to Brian Barboza, 29-6, Sean Estrada, who's now 11-0, Elvin Ayala, who's 21-5, and Vladimir Biosky, who's in tonight's main event, who's 12-2. So no shame in Joey Gardner's losses that he's occurred since his new comeback. He does have a win over Keith Coslin, which was his last win here at Twin River. It's a good matchup here between Joey Gardner and Julio Garcia. Gardner, again, only 1 knockout and 8 victories, while Garcia has 3 in his 4 victories. So Garcia, you would think on paper, will be the more power puncher. We'll see here tonight in this 4-round middleweight battle. And Garcia hasn't fought since 2010. Maybe shaking off a little ring rust here in the first round. Gardner knows something about ring rust. He took from 2003 to 2010 off and has been fighting pretty steadily ever since, at least 3 times a year. Minute and 10 seconds to go here in the opening round. Joey Gardner up against the ropes here in the black trunks with the white stripes. Julio Garcia in the black trunks with the red bottoms. He goes back to the body here against Gardner. Garcia from Puerto Rico, training with John Ruiz now. One of the first professional fighters here under the former heavyweight champion, the Quiet Man. You see Gardner up against the corner here, and he comes back with a nice left hand right in the grill of Garcia. Under 30 seconds to go here in the opening round. Garcia swinging big with that left hook. Garcia's always a threat to land that with 3 knockouts on his resume, and Gardner certainly has to be careful. In his last 4 losses, he's been knocked out in 3 of them. And those knockout losses coming to Brian Barboza, Sean Estrada, and Elvin Ayala. And no shame in losing those guys. Those are 3 of the better fighters around. Obviously, Sean Estrada from California. He one day could very well be fighting for a big payday, and Joey Gardner obviously took a risk going out to California to fight the hometown fight at the point in his career. He was 11-0, and Joey Gardner was 8-2. And Garcia, no fights since 2010. He did have 3 fights in 2009. That was his most active year of his career.
Stealing your lunch money every day.
7 professional bouts. 5 of them coming in Puerto Rico, his home, and the other 2 coming, 1 in New York and 1 in Miami. And this is first time ever fighting in New England, and especially fighting in the Twin River Event Center, one of the best venues for boxing here around. Joey Gardner ready to start round number 2 here with Garcia, and he comes out throwing the first few punches, but Garcia does not back down. See some of this action take place in the center of the ring. You saw Gardner being backed up here into the same corner in the end of that first round. And you see Garcia pushing him right up against the ropes again. Looks like he wants to be the aggressor here in this fight. Only 1 knockout on Joey Gardner's resume in 8 professional wins. So you got to wonder a training camp here with Garcia and his trainer Ruiz, whether they discuss taking more chances, knowing that Gardner hasn't had that power in his career here as a professional. And during the second minute of round number 2, Gardner again up against the ropes, and he's wincing like he just took a low blow there from Garcia. And Gardner looks like he's in a lot of pain, and rightfully so. Garcia punches hard, and never nice to get hit by a hard puncher below the belt. Of course, Gardner has a certain allotted time to be able to get up and regain his composure here, and looks like he's gonna take a little while here, and he actually gets up and catching his breath. Certainly has a little more time if he wants to use it. Garcia comes out swinging right away. He knows that he temporarily hurt Gardner, even if it was below the belt. He hurt him, and he's going to come out and try to take advantage of a wounded opponent, even if it's only a temporary wound. Referee breaking him up and trying to pick up the action here. Gardner connects with a nice punch there, but Garcia does not back down. Gardner hit Garcia with a nice punch, but was thrown right back up against the ropes. Garcia working the body pretty well here against Gardner, and now he's getting one for punching Gardner behind the back. And Garcia's going to get all sorts of warnings here in the first round. Final 45 seconds here in round number 2. Crowd certainly trying to cheer on the hometown Joey Gardner from nearby Woonsocket, Rhode Island. He's fought all over New England as a professional, but he certainly loves fighting in the home state of Rhode Island. Veteran of 13 professional fights, and forced to take a knee there. Garcia punching hard, and now in the corner, John Ruiz and company telling him, keep coming, keep throwing punches. Gardner does stand up around the 7 count, and that's the end of the round. Nice round there by Garcia. He sent Gardner down with what appeared to be a low blow and took advantage of it right away, coming back and swinging with those hard punches. And at the very end of that round, Joey Gardner forced to take a knee. Gardner, a guy 36 years old, took 7 years off between 2003 and 2010. Lost 4 fights in a row, then came back in March and beat a winless Vermeil Shelton. So certainly Joey Gardner really needs a win here to get back on track. He's going to continue boxing. You see the replay here. Beautiful right hand there by Garcia. And he didn't need to do anything else other than just wait it out. Gardner was forced to take a knee. He was going down. Garcia, very hard puncher. Again, 4-3 with 3 knockouts from Rincon, Puerto Rico. Now fighting with John Ruiz, one of the first professional fighters out of Ruiz's new gym in Massachusetts. Trying to make a name for this gym that he has now opened. And he certainly has done a great job here with Garcia, who hasn't fought since 2010. Didn't show any signs of ring rust, especially in that second round. And we'll see how Joey Gardner responds to losing that last round 10-8 surely by taking that knee, countered as a knockdown. Gardner Back up against the ropes and come back with a beautiful shot there on Garcia. And again, Gardner not a big power puncher, 1 knockout and only 8 wins. And again, complaining about the low blows here. She is certainly got to be careful. Been able to land some nice punches. You don't want to lose points due to another low blow or a punch behind the back. Halfway through round number 3. Referee breaks the fighters apart and Garcia comes right back, and Gardner not backing down. One thing you can say about Gardner is he's going to get hit and he's going to keep on coming. Recently fought on ESPN2 Friday Night Fights against Alvin Ayala back in 2011. Alvin, a former world champion contender, knocked out Joey Gardner in that fight, but Joey put up a valiant effort there on national TV and put up a good effort here against Garcia. And Garcia's certainly going to go for the knockout here. That's his specialty in this sport. .40 seconds to go here in round number 3. Ref has done a good job of breaking up any lulls in the action when the fighters get too close, and you see Gardner leaving himself open and Garcia going for the home run punch there. If he really connected flush, he might have sent Gardner into the first row. He was punching might all the way from Puerto Rico on that one. Under 10 seconds to go. And again, Garcia's got to be careful going to the body. Come close to another low blow there. Final seconds, and we're going to go to the 4th and final round. Here in a nice matchup here between hometown Joey Gardner and Julio Garcia. Going a little more into Garcia's record. Has not fought since 2010. He has 2 fights in the U.S., as I mentioned previously. His last win was back in 2009. He fought 3 times in that year, fought once in 2010 where he lost a unanimous decision to 5-2 Reggie Pena. So Garcia hasn't won since 2009. Joey Gardner 1 win in his last 5 fights. That was over 0-2 Ramil Shelton. Before that, he lost 4 previous bouts against all 4 good fighters. We'll give him that, but Garcia and Gardner really look to get back on a winning track here in this fight. And Garcia with the only knockdown here through the first 3 rounds. And right away he comes out swinging, gets Gardner on the ropes and throws both punches from his hips. Gardner does a great job of getting off the ropes. Say what you will about Gardner, he certainly has some ring savvy, and he's a veteran of the sport. This is his 14th professional fight and knows how to get out of just about every situation. Gardner again back up against the ropes. Done a good job of getting off them today, and certainly has a tie up there, and they're going to call that a slip. His glove did touch the ground. They're going to say that he slipped. Garcia continuing to unload. For a guy who hasn't fought since 2010, over 18 months since his last bout. May not have shown any ring rust, but he certainly hasn't shown that he's lost any stamina. Continuing to punch with the same tenacity he threw in the first round, but Joey Gardner not backing down either. And he's going to continue to throw punches here. Gardner weighed in 2 pounds heavier than yesterday's weigh-in. Gardner up against the ropes, and Garcia landing a good punch there. Dangerous position for Gardner, and goes down again. The ref says, come on, get up. He's good. They're going to keep fighting. Minute 18 to go here in the fourth and final round. Gardner almost got caught there with a left jab there by Garcia. Connected, but wasn't able to hit with the follow-up. And one thing I have to say about Garcia is if he's able to continue working off that first punch, he can do some serious damage in this sport. And it's just been one punch that's really done the damage. And there you see Gardner goes down again, puts his forehead on the mat. He's hurt. 45 seconds to go. Second time he's touched the canvas in this fight. He's gonna most likely be a knockout here to be able to win this fight. 35 seconds to go. Garcia coming out of the corner. See if he tries to pick it up and get the knockout here in the last 30 seconds. He's gonna try. Connects with the left, but Gardner tries to tie up. Garcia doesn't want to have anything to do with a tie-up. 20 seconds to go. Referee separates the two fighters. Here in the last 10 seconds, Gardner trying to survive the round. Misses with a right hand there, and Garcia misses wildly with a right hand. And this fight is going to go to a decision at the end of the fourth and final round. Garcia came into the fight 4-3. Gardner 8-4-1. Certainly looked to be a good fight on paper, and it was a great fight in the ring between two fighters just trying to get back on the winning track. Gardner, one win in his last 5 fights. He lost 4 in a row previous to his win in March of this year against a winless Ramil Shelton. On the other side, Julio Garcia hasn't won since 2009. I see a replay here of the knockdown by hard-hitting Julio Garcia. Hits him with a right hand and goes back to the left, and he really just piled it on. There's the right that did it. That really hurt Joey Gardner, and again, Garcia followed up with a left hook, didn't need to. That right hook was all that he really needed. John Ruiz now getting introduced by Bill Carpenter. Ruiz certainly must be proud of the way his fighter battled tonight. Great ovation here by the crowd for both fighters. That was a very tough fight for both guys. Certainly could have taken easier fights on either side, but both Gardner and Garcia wanted a test, and they certainly got that out of each other. Again, Gardner has lost 4 of his last 5, but against fighters like 29-6 Brian Barboza, Sean Estrada, former world title challenger Elvin Ayala, and Vladimir Biasi, and Garcia facing a very tough Joey Gardner here. Let's toss it down to Bill for the official decision.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 4 hard-fought rounds of boxing, we'll go to the judges' scorecards for your official decision. Judges Wayne Lima and Glenn Feldman both score 40-34. Judge Dr. Sam Martino has it 39-35. For your winner by unanimous decision, Julio Garcia.